Well, how could I not want to make a documentary about the Apollo? It's 85 years of, it's the history, the Apollo is the history of African American music in this country. It's, that we use music and art to lift ourselves out of oppression, and that all happened on that stage. So how could we not want to make a movie about that?
Well, it was kind of weird that nobody had done it before, right?
It was shocking. Like, how can after all this time there have not been a film about the Apollo? For me, the story of the Apollo is the story of Black American struggle. It's a political story. Our music is tied to our politics and to what's going on and the state of Black America. And so, for me, it was always connecting it back to the political, whether it was Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit or James Brown's I'm Black and I'm Proud. That all happened on the stage of the Apollo. So by focusing on the political and the power and how we use music to transform our situation, that was a way of sort of focusing it, like, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's for everything that has changed, what the film shows is that progress is still very limited and that the present is still a mirror to the past, this continuum of struggle and elevation and hopefully making a couple of steps forward. If
you think about the African American journey in this country and, it's been this sort of almost like sort of push and pull and back and forth, the riot, history repeats itself with the riots, the shooting of unarmed Black men, the struggle. But we have sort of lifted ourselves out of from segregation and slavery, out of oppression, to this point in history where we have the first Black president. And the fact that Obama stood on that stage and sang Al Green was just, everything just came together at that moment. And the journey you had taken in the film, it just comes to this sort of head, and the audience went crazy when that happened.
You could really feel last night this yearning for him and this like exhale in the room, because it's an intense historical, emotional journey that people go on in this film. And then when you see him, it's like, wow, he's the beacon. He is kind of that point that we're hopefully all moving towards. And everyone then, like after they exhaled, started clapping, and then some people started crying. I think as they look at that moment in comparison to this moment in time.
Yeah, I think it's that moment with Obama is particularly important in the age of Trump and what this country, what we're going through as Black people or people who are minorities and
sane
people who are sane are going through. It just had this resonance, and it was, for me, I always knew that was going to be this moment, this big moment towards the end of the film.